Okay, so we're diving into Proverbs chapters 23 through 31. Looks like someone's got wisdom on their mind, a virtuous life, heeding those warnings, all that good stuff. Ready to jump in?
This section, it really blends practical life advice with some deep reflection on how to live a life, well, a life pleasing to God. You know, that tension between the earthly and divine. We see it throughout these chapters.
And it doesn't waste any time. Proverbs 23. Strong words. Getting priorities straight. Dangers of chasing wealth. Above all else. Verse 4, listen to this. Labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. It's like, you can't take it with you. But is that really, is that relevant today with everyone wanting financial security and all?
Absolutely. It's not about, condemning wealth, but perspective. It's a shift. Chasing riches as the ultimate goal, no. Understanding that godly wisdom, that's the real treasure. Leads to a fulfilling life,
Not rejecting wealth, but understanding its place. Verse 7. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Our thoughts, they have power. They shape who we become.
Exactly. Inner world breeds outer reality. Consumed with getting rich, that's where your energy goes. But thoughts focused on wisdom, compassion, living right. That manifests, in our actions.
Okay. Prioritizing wisdom over wealth. But what does that wisdom strength even look like? Practically, I mean. Proverbs 24.5. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increaseth strength.
It's more than muscles, right?
Oh, yeah. It's the strength to judge well, to face those challenges. And maybe most important, seeing truth, separating truth from lies. In this world of information overload, it's inner fortitude.
Standing firm, not swayed by every trend or opinion.
Precisely. And there's another side, resilience. Verse 16. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again. We all stumble, we all mess up. But what matters is getting back up. Dust yourself off, keep going.
Fascinating. Proverbs 25.2. It's this vivid image of pursuing knowledge. It says, it is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter, a cosmic puzzle, searching for answers, uncovering truth. It brings us closer to God. Beautiful concept, right? Challenges what we think about knowledge.
Yeah.
God, he doesn't just hand us all the answers. He wants us to discover, to dig deeper, to question, explore. And by doing that, we gain knowledge and we grow in humility.
Because we realize we don't have all the answers. And there's always more to learn.
Right. And that humility, it's key to growth. If you think you know it all, you close yourself off to new ideas, new ways of seeing things.
And that humility, it's relevant today with everyone, claiming they have all the answers. But Proverbs 25, it doesn't stop there. Verse 28, another crucial part of living right. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. A city vulnerable to attack. Because it lacks defenses.
And those defenses, they're internal. Self-control, mastering your impulses, your emotions, desires. Without it, you're vulnerable to all sorts of negativity. It doesn't matter if it's ancient times or now, 21st century, self-control. It's the bedrock of a stable and successful life.
Speaking of powerful imagery, Proverbs 26 definitely takes the cake. Comparing a fool returning to folly to, a dog returning to its vomit. Not exactly subtle, but it gets the point across.
Yeah, not an image you forget easily. But that's Proverbs for you. Vivid, sometimes jarring, but they get the point across. They make truth unforgettable.
So the takeaway, just avoid those foolish mistakes.
Deeper than that, it's recognizing the patterns in our lives, those habits, those choices that keep leading us back to those same bad consequences. It's about breaking free from those cycles and choosing a different path.
And it keeps going. Verse 20, another timely topic. Where no wood is, there the fire goeth out. So where there is no talebearer, the strife ceaseth. Gossip, it seems, it's as old as time.
And just as damaging. It's like throwing fuel on a fire. Spreads negativity, creates conflict, destroys relationships, and it highlights our role. We can fan the flames or starve them with kindness, with understanding.
I love Proverbs 27. It's all about good people in your life. Verse 17, iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. True friends, they challenge us. They help us grow, refine us.
Help you see your blind spots. They hold you accountable. Encourage you to be your best.
But right before that, verse 1, a warning about boasting about tomorrow. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. This contrast, friendship and uncertainty, what's that about?
It's brilliant, isn't it? Shows the balance
Yeah.
between relationships and depending on something bigger. We need those strong friends, those mentors, but we also got to acknowledge we're not in control. We don't know what tomorrow brings.
We can plan, but hold those plans loosely, right? Trust in something greater.
Exactly. It's humility. It's surrender. It's knowing that we can try to live well, make good choices, but ultimately we're not the masters of our own destiny.
Wow, so much wisdom packed in these chapters, right? It's like excess, generosity, self-control, leadership, discipline. It's all there. It's like a blueprint for living well, a guidebook,
Right.
for figuring out this whole being human thing, and it's timeless, still relevant today.
It's like Proverbs is giving us the ingredients for a good life. Right.
Yeah.
And one thing that stands out to me is this emphasis on character. It doesn't just, lay down rules. It shows us what integrity looks like, what a virtuous person is,
Yeah.
like in their thoughts, in their words, in their actions.
It's not just about doing the right things outwardly, right? It's about what's inside,
Yeah.
cultivating those inner qualities that, well, they shape who we are deep down. It's like having that moral compass
Well,
guiding our choices, helping us stay true to our values, even when it's tough.
yeah, it's like aligning your inner world, right? Your thoughts, your motivations, everything with your outer actions.
Yep.
So it's all congruent, whole.
Becoming the best version of ourselves. Not for us, but to reflect something, well, something bigger.
That's it. That's it. And then there's this theme, resilience. It pops up again and again. Proverbs 24.16. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again. It's not about never failing, but about how you handle it when you do.
Having that grit to keep going, even when you stumble, you learn from it. It makes you stronger.
You're like having a growth mindset, right?
Yeah.
Challenges, they're not defeats. They're opportunities to learn, to grow.
And that connects with contentment. In Proverbs 30, remember Agur's prayer. True fulfillment, it's not about always wanting more stuff. It's about finding joy in what you have right now, trusting that God will provide, cultivating gratitude.
It's a shift in how you see things, from what you lack to what you have,
Yeah.
scarcity to abundance, and that can be freeing.
Yeah.
No more striving, no more feeling like you're never enough.
Yeah. You appreciate what's right in front of you. The simple things. Peace, contentment. It doesn't depend on what's going on around you.
That's it. True happiness. It's not about getting more. It's about your heart being grateful for what you have.
It's amazing how Proverbs, how it brings together all these different ideas.
Right.
Wealth and wisdom, friends and faith, leadership and discipline. It's like it's like it's showing us that every part of our lives, well, it's all connected.
Yeah, you got it. It's not about putting your life in little boxes, is it? It's about realizing that your spiritual life affects everything. Your relationships, how you work, your decisions, everything.
It always comes back to wisdom, huh? As
Yeah.
as the foundation for
Yeah.
a virtuous life. It's not just
Right.
about knowing the right answers. It's about living them.
Exactly. Wisdom's not passive, it's active. It's about making those choices. Choices that show what you believe, what you understand about truth, your desire to live in a way that honors God.
Okay, so if we had to sum it all up, what are the key takeaways from Proverbs 23:31 for our listener?
Well, I'd say first thing, wisdom. Make it your top priority. Seek it, treasure it, let it guide you. True wealth. It's not in your possessions, it's in your character. That's what wisdom builds.
It's not just about getting wisdom. It's about developing it through experience, through thinking about things, through being willing to learn from when you mess up, and just keep growing.
Right. And that leads right into the second thing, character. Proverbs paints a picture, of what a good life looks like. Humility, generosity, self-control, honesty, kindness, hard work. It's about being the kind of person people trust
Hmm.
and respect and admire.
And that's not just about you, is it? It's about how you treat others, how you lead, how you build those relationships, how you use your words, your actions. They have a ripple effect. You impact the world around you.
Totally. And that takes us to the third thing, resilience. Life is tough. There are challenges, setbacks, even failures. But wisdom, well, it gives you the strength to get back up, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. Those tough times, they can make you stronger, wiser,
Yeah.
more compassionate.
And that resilience, It comes from trust, doesn't it? Trusting in something bigger than yourself, something that that helps you through tough times, gives you the
Yeah.
courage to keep going, even when you feel like giving up.
It's about knowing that you're not alone, that there's good out there working in you, through you, guiding you, supporting you, helping you to live a life that really matters.
And a big part of that is realizing we need each other.
Yeah.
Proverbs talks a lot about relationships, friends that help you grow, mentors to guide you, and of course your relationship with God. He's the anchor.
We're not meant to do this alone, right? We need those people, the ones who challenge us, the ones who encourage us, the ones who help us stay on the right path. We need the people who love us no matter what, who remind us that we're worthy,
Yeah.
even when we mess up.
And speaking of messing up, it's interesting how Proverbs, it encourages us to see mistakes not as failures, but as chances to grow. Being humble enough to say, "Hey, I was wrong," and then learn from it. Keep trying to be better.
It's knowing that none of us are perfect. We're all works in progress, right? The journey's the thing. It's in those stumbles, those times you have to change course, that you really grow. You really change.
And that growth, it comes from a sense of purpose, doesn't it? Knowing that you're here for a reason, that your life has meaning, that it's about more than just being happy or successful.
Absolutely. It's about aligning yourself with something bigger, with a vision that inspires you, that gives you direction. And if you believe, it's about knowing that you're part of something amazing, something bigger than yourself. It's humbling. It's exciting.
This has been an amazing journey exploring these chapters with you. I feel like I've learned so much about how relevant Proverbs still is today.
Me too. Me too. There's always something new to learn from these ancient texts.
We've covered a lot, but I bet our listeners, I bet they're ready to hear your final thoughts on these chapters. It's interesting, right? These chapters, they're not just about like personal faith. It's about how we impact the world around us, how we treat people.
Yeah, you're right. We talked about wealth, poverty, leadership, justice, friendship, community. It all ties together. Your faith, it can't just be a private thing, you know.
Mhm.
It has to affect how you live in the world, how you treat others.
It's easy to forget that in the day-to-day, you know, lose sight of what really matters. Proverbs is like a reminder to stop, think, and get back on track.
Or like a wise friend,
Yeah.
you know, guiding you
Mm-hmm.
toward a life with purpose,
Mm-hmm.
with meaning, and it makes you look at yourself, your motives, your actions, your relationships. It asks, am I living right?
That's a tough question to really answer that honestly. You got to be willing to see where you're messing up.
Oh yeah, but that's how you grow. Those moments, you know, when you're honest with yourself, that's when you see what needs to change, how to live according to your values. It can be uncomfortable, but it's how you live a real life, a good life.
We talked a lot about the virtuous woman in Proverbs 31, a powerful example. But what about men? Any advice for them specifically in Proverbs?
Good question. There's no chapter for the virtuous man exactly, but the ideas are the same for everyone. Remember what we talked about: wisdom, integrity, humility, generosity, diligence, kindness. Those are for everyone. You know, men, women, it doesn't matter. They're the foundation of a good character.
So it's not about like following strict roles for men or women. It's about everyone developing those virtues, living for something higher.
Exactly. That's what makes Proverbs so timeless, so universal. It's about being human, wanting purpose, meaning a life that matters. You know,
we've gone deep on this one, but I want to go back to something you said before, letting these proverbs, letting them challenge us. What's one question our listeners should think about as they think about these chapters?
That's a good way to wrap things up. One question. How about this? What's one part of my life where I need Proverbs to guide me in my thinking, in my actions, in my relationships?
Yeah.
You know, where do you need to change course? Where do you feel that nudge to live better?
Yeah.
To be better?
That's powerful. It's not just about, you know, liking these proverbs. It's about actually living them, making them part of your life.
That's where real change happens. Knowing what's right isn't enough. You got to do it. You got to live it. And that's a lifelong thing. Learning, growing, becoming who you were meant to be.
It's a journey, not a destination. Becoming wiser, kinder, better people.
That's it. That's it. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. Find wise people to talk to, people who inspire you, and most importantly, listen to that inner voice. That's where wisdom comes from. It's always there to guide you.
What a great way to end this deep dive. Thanks for joining us and exploring the wisdom of Proverbs. We hope this has encouraged you, challenged you, and given you what you need to live a life, well, a life that shows what you believe in, a good life.
It's been a pleasure. May you always walk in wisdom and experience all the good